Yo, what's up guys, welcome back, next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. So, last match here in Group D, we saw before that Yugioh took it from Blood, so let's see. Next one we have TeleDAD, OCG ZombieDAD, a featuring card of Safe Return, Nostalgic deck list. Whew, it has been years. It's going to take on Dark Matter Heretics. It's a returning deck list from years ago. But again, I was about to say nostalgic, but that's not really the case. The thing is that this particular deck list, I think, if I remember correctly, we weren't able to play in a TCG for or maybe one weekend or maybe 2 weekends, because that's how busted Dark Matter Dragon back in 2015 was disgusting, you know, featuring the Dragon Rulers at full power. So which deck has the advantage? It's an intriguing one. We see maybe, I was about to say a more control-based deck, looking at ZombieDAD. I mean, both decks are focused on OTK, but Dark Matter is just balls to the wall, and drop Dark Matter, drop the, you know, the Dragon Rulers, and potentially go for a game with those big 4K beat sticks. The thing is that Dark Matter can definitely brick, you know, a couple of normals, the Heretic stuff. So let's see how this one goes. So only one set, and I don't think we have to fear potential back row, so I go for Stardust first. You know, do some cute TeleDAD stuff featuring the zombie stuff. Plague Spreader, Grapher, you know how this one goes. Still have my normal summon though, and it should be game if there isn't any form of interruption. So, okay, 1-0. A false start, so let's see. So again, Dark Matter opts to go first, one set, and I'm aware that Dark Matter can side deck in the hands, Fire and Ice Hand, but the problem is I thought that Fire Hand had more defense, and because of this play I lose Krabbens. Small mistake on my part, I just should have normal summoned Krabbens and passed. Or maybe even sit on Gores. You know, Gores back then, one of the best hand traps, if not the best. Like Gores being dropped on your opponent could, you know, like change the pace of the duel, or maybe even could have given you the game back then, because Gores back then was just far too powerful. So this is, let me think, is this game? This probably would have been game, yeah, if it wasn't for Gores, again, what I was talking about. Back then there weren't, you know, like fantastic hand traps, the one that we have now, but Gores was definitely one of those hand traps that could stop your opponent from OTKing you, and this is a nice comeback. I drop a Dark Arm Dragon, get rid of the back row first, and this is a Colossal Fighter, but I was about to say, did I have an option to go for the Armory Arm OTK? I don't think so, but the thing here is that I can make Colossal Fighter the same attack as Leo, I think. So crash with Colossal Fighter, reborning itself, and this is game. So this is like top-notch TeleDAD era, right? TeleDAD era synchro stuff. This is how like the deck was played back then, and some nifty tricks. Okay, so going second, and this is much better for Heretics. What is it? Is it Asset that has the capability to normal summon itself, and then you have the, what is it, Legendary Maju Garzet? Basically a free level 8 that attributes a Tefonite or, you know, a Heretic on field, which summons the level 8. It's basically a free rank 8 Exceed play, and this is, you know, basic almost full combo for Dark Matter. The thing though is that, are you really going for double Dark Matter Dragon? You could, because again, you know, if you have your dark, at least Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and you know, you could, but by doing that, you probably are going to be out of your engine quite soon. I really needed a Black Rose Dragon here, because now the problem is that I'm going to take some damage off of the Dark Matter, and yeah, that's the thing here I was talking about. I think there is a second copy of Dark Matter still in the extra deck, and even though I again have Gores, unless they misplay, I think my only way to still win this or still be in a duel is if they would have attacked with their stronger monster first. You know, the token head would have had, oh no, they're still Dracossack, yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, the token would have had like 4k defense, but you know, main phase 2, you can still go for Dracossack. Okay, so game number 4, I go first, and Thunder King set Solemn, that's fine-ish, if it wasn't for this particular play. So again, Fire and Ice Hand, back then guys, were kinda good, especially in a slower paced format. I'm looking at, what is it, Het format, 2014? Yeah, Hands, Artifacts, Trap Tricks, those, at least that format, they shine. So it was like a couple of months after, or before this particular Dark Matter decklist. So again, the Thunder King could have come in clutch if it wasn't for Breakthrough Skill. So again, full force, full power, Heretic combo, I know Thunder King is negated, it works the same as Failure, but I think I wanted to preserve some life points, but like in hindsight, it didn't really matter too much, because again, like Dark Matter has a couple of ways to pop your opponent's stuff. And like this is one of them. So I'm going to lose Crebans, and the T-King would have been face up, you know, just eaten damage off of Dark Matter. And I think there is indeed, yeah, you can drop Red Eyes for another Dark Matter, so that's more, at least would have been more than enough to attack for a game. So it's 2-2, even though, you know, Dark Matter had some slow, at least had a slow start, had some bricks at first. We're going into a 5-gamer, and that's something I, you know, from looking at the first 2 matches, would not have expected. So let's see how this one goes. So I go first, obviously, because, you know, Solemns, Oppressions, stuff like that, the good stuff. Prevent your opponent from, you know, basically playing the game. Draw another card to save your turn, that helps. I mean, this lets me... Normally, it's not a great idea to set up unless you have Stardust with protection, you know, Solemns, it's, you know, defense traps. But because of double card to save return, I can potentially invest into a bigger field. And I draw Raw Oppression, I draw Solemn, I was like, okay, this should be, you know, the field to go to. Let me see, probably Colossal Fighter, so I'm relatively safe in a damage step as well with Oppression. So okay, that's fine. This is a really solid board. This Stardust helps me deal with fire and, you know, Ice Hand, and, you know, Solemn Judgment set, Oppression set should have been, you know, like super game, even with potential Heavy Storm or, you know, stuff like that. And of course, as you saw in like the pie chart or the sheet, is Dark Matter does have some form of inconsistency of drawing the normals, the Hieretics, etc. So I think we have a well-deserved winner, even though it was kind of close. Could have, you know, it could have been the other way around if Hieretics sacked that one, but it is what it is. Okay. Next matchup. This is a cool one. We have 2 decks that are relatively close in like year. So we have Infernal Knights that's going to take on Tri-Brigade 2. Both decks feel kind of fair. If it wasn't for Smoke Grenade, that is. So feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment, like if you enjoyed the video. Leave them sign out. Peace.